Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a bowling alley. I will show you how to make the entire inside and outside of the build. If you have any more suggestions on what I should make next, whether it is a real world build like this one or something from a cartoon, video game, movie, let me know down there in the comment section. Consider becoming a channel member today and you will gain access to a cool avatar next to your name, some unique emojis, and access to my mini city design world containing every single build that has been added to Mini City to date. This is well over 100 builds, all chronologically ordered, Java edition only. Here is the amount of space required to make the bowling alley. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing a row of 4 bricks on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then dig 3 rows to the right, 1, 2, 3, and replace that empty space with sea lanterns. Then place 3 more bricks extending right, 1, 2, 3. Dig another row of 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, and replace that empty space once again with sea lanterns. Next, place a brick to the right of the sea lanterns, leave a gap of 2 extending right, 1, 2, and then place a brick. Extend that brick backwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then dig backwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Replace that empty space with sea lanterns, and then continue placing bricks. Place 14 extending that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We then want to extend across the back of the build with our bricks, line up with where we very first started, and connect all the way to the front of the build. Like this. Next, we are going to place a row of 3 glass on top of every single one of our sea lanterns. 1, 2, 3. Next, we are going to remove all of the grass inside of the build. I have no idea why half of this is white concrete and the other half is dirt. Let's make it all dirt. Next, we will place 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 white concrete on top of every single one of our bricks. We also want to extend the white concrete across and above the windows as well. The only place that we don't really want to do this is the main entrance, as this is a special case, but for everywhere else. Let's also place a row of leaves along the left, back, and along the right side of the bowling alley. We're going to make sure that the leaves just extend one row in front of the rest of the building. We are then going to remove these blocks here leading into the entrance and the first two entire rows of the grid, left to right. Hey look, the white concrete's back. We are just going to fill everything that we've destroyed in using smooth stone. And then remove all of the remaining grass or whatever it is that is here and replace it with lime terracotta. Just like this. Next, we are going to place a row of red concrete above this left window and extend it across 1, 2, and 1, 2, like this. Extend it one row forwards, and then connect this row of red concrete down to the ground using brick wall, and this row of red concrete down to the ground using brick wall like this. We are then going to come over here and make the entrance. So the entrance is meant to look like a bowling pin. We will place an upside down smooth quartz stair here and here. Then we will place 2 smooth quartz block on top of each one of the stairs. And then we will place another stair on top of the quartz block like this. Connect them together in the middle with smooth quartz block. Red concrete on top. Smooth quartz on top of that. Red concrete on top of that, and then finally smooth quartz, like so. We will then either place glass or smooth quartz here at the top of the entrance, just like this. And, well, that's kind of it. I am contemplating extending it an additional row forwards, but I do kind of like it like that. Does it need to be extended another row forwards? We'll leave it like that just for now. So, more importantly, the sign. We are going to write out the word bowling in letters using banners. So throw down the loom, open it up, place a white banner in there with black dye. The first letter we must make is B. So that's the Pale Dexter pattern, Pale Sinister, Chief, Fess, Base. Next is O. Pale Dexter, Pale Sinister, Chief, and Base. Next is W. We have the chevron. Place white dye in there, base indented, put black dye back in, and apply the Pale Dexter and Pale Sinister pattern. Next is L, it's Pale Dexter and Chief. Next is I, this is simply the Pale pattern. Next is N, Pale Dexter, Pale Sinister, and Bend. Lastly is G, Pale Sinister, put white dye in, the Perfast pattern, put black dye in, base, Pale Dexter, Chief. And with all of these letters combined together, we have assembled the full power of the word bowling, which I don't know whether to place against the building or one row outwards. I'm gonna say at the back here, so B-O-W-L-I-N-G. But we can always change that a little bit later, mess about with it, see which one looks a little bit better. However, once that is done, with the majority of the outside of the bowling alley made, we can now head inside and work on the interior. Step 1, I think that we should probably take care of the floor situation. Come all the way over to the back right hand corner of the build, count to the left by 1, and then place a row of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 light grey concrete on top of each other. Place 2 rows of light grey concrete in front of that first row, and then extend the bottom of this row forwards by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We then want to place a row of 5 oak planks left of this shape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we want to create that shape again. So place 1, 2, 3, 4 light grey concrete extending up the wall, 2 rows in front of it, and then extend the bottom forwards by 10. We then want to place another row of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oak planks extending left, and then create the same shape one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, place 2 rows in front, and then extend the bottom forwards by 10. We then want to place stone brick wall. We then want to place stone slabs. Want to place cauldrons here, 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 and here, like this. We want a pair of cauldrons in each lane. We then want to place polished andesite stairs facing towards each cauldron, and behind that, a sideways set of polished andesite stairs. Then we want to connect the first pair of andesite stairs together in each lane with a row of jungle planks behind that row, and then we can fill the entire rest of the lanes in using oak planks. Next, we are going to fill the gaps in on the left and right sides of our lanes with birch planks. We are then going to place 4 rows of birch planks, 1, 2, 3, 4, extending towards the front of the build. Then, we will place 2 rows of birch planks connecting to the entrance, and a single row of birch planks along the right side of the build, like so. We then want to place brown glazed terracotta in the remaining empty space. We are going to place brown glazed terracotta the way that it is intended to be placed in the actual pattern. So, this takes a little bit of practice, but we want to form the squares of pattern using the brown glazed terracotta. You end up with these little star shapes like this. It's basically just meant to look like carpet, or at least that's how we're using it. Next, we are going to dig in the ground along the right side of the build, and we will place sea lanterns here. We'll leave a gap of 1, place 2 sea lanterns. We then want to leave a gap of 2, dig in the ground by 2, and place 2 sea lanterns, just like this. As we find ourselves on this end of the alley, we are going to place oak trapdoors flipped up either side of our rows of sea lanterns, like this. We then want to connect the oak trapdoors together across the tops like so, and then place a colourful assortment of shulker boxes on top of these oak trapdoors. These are meant to look like racks where we would keep the bowling balls. You can of course build these up so that they are a tad little bit more realistic, but I just happen to think that they just kind of look better just free on the stand like this, but in real life I suppose they would be like more boxed in, kind of like this, but it kind of depends what sort of look you're going for. But as I said, I think that this is my preference. Feel free to experiment though. And whilst we're at it, if you stick 1 or 2 of these bowling balls like on the lanes so that they're kind of in motion, it just looks kind of cool. You can stick them anywhere, even in the gutter if you want to. I'm being a bit optimistic in that they're going straight down the middle, which is if I was bowling, they would not be. Next, we want to place a terracotta in between these 2 windows with an oak leaf on top. We then want to place end rods, leaving a gap of 1 in front of the center of these windows. We want to place 1, 2 end rods like this, with jungle trapdoors on top of them, with warped stairs either side. We want to do this to both windows, so the middle block, leave a gap, 2 end rods, warped stairs on one side, warped stairs on the other side, and jungle trapdoors on top. These line up with the center of the lanes. Next, we want to place a lectern here and here. We then want to place a dispenser here with a grey carpet on top of it, 2 smooth stone slabs in front of it, light grey banners along the left and right side of it. We then should probably fill in the roof. just because it'll be a little bit easier to make the rest of the building. So the roof is quite simply made out of block of iron. That's it. Next, I'm going to place some brick slabs along the top of our wall. So this is primarily just on top of the white concrete. If you don't like the iron block as a texture for the roof, then do feel free to put the slabs on top of it as well, but I don't mind it. Next, we want to make the monitors that would keep score. So we place these on the ceiling. It's a tricky placement. We line up with the center of the ball dispensing machine, which is this block here, follow it up to the ceiling, and even mark it out if you like. We want to place a stone brick wall here, lining up with the beginning of the lane, with 2 black concrete to the right of it, with paintings in front of the black concrete. And we want the equivalent on this side as well. So we find the middle, and then the start of the lane, I was very close, it's right here, and then 2 black concrete to the right, and then just paintings inside. There we go, that's perfect. So now we are going to come all the way to the lanes themselves. We are going to place black concrete in between these back pairs of light grey concrete, and then we are going to place 2 rows of end rods in front of our black concrete, and then we are going to place, well actually we'll remove an end rod on both sides here, and then place an additional one here so we kind of have an arrow formation. So here, here, and here. So row 5 at the back, 3 in front, 1 in front of that. Next, we are going to place smooth stone slabs above the end rods, but leaving a half row gap. We then want to place iron bars on the 2 inward rows of smooth stone slabs like this. Then we are going to place red concrete connecting the stone brick walls together, extend the red concrete upwards, and then we are just going to fill around these areas in. So I'm actually a little bit torn on this. So I'm thinking that maybe we create kind of like a depth effect using white concrete. So just behind all of this, we place white concrete like so. Extend the red concrete back, and maybe if we place red concrete here and here, and maybe, yeah, okay, that's perfect. So we get a nice bit of depth effect, just like this for around the machines. And we do need a little bit more light in here. So the majority of the light should really be, I know the bowling alleys are quite dark anyway, but we should have some light like up the centers of the lanes. So however we kind of do that, I'm trying to find a way to make it nice and even. I think that that might do it. If we just have one here and one here, and I think that that's actually kind of like the perfect amount of light. So if we apply this behind the center of this, of the monitor here and here, I think that's a perfect amount of light for the bowling alley, which just leaves us some more banners to make. So throw down loom, open it up, place a red banner in there with white dye. We are going to make the number 1, which is just the pale pattern. So throw another banner in there, we're going to make number 2. It's effectively an S, chief, base, and the bend sinister. So 1, 2, and then we kind of want to have like a bowling ball pattern, which is essentially just a round L right in the middle, and I destroyed one of the bowling balls. Well, oh well. So we're going to place a number 1 here, so this is the first lane, lane 1, and then across here, these are meant to look like 2 bowling balls, so you have 2 throws remaining. So over here, 2, and then we have the 2 balls. But of course, if you wanted to, you could have like 1 banner remain, remove some of these, or even you could like drop the mechanism. So it was kind of like in front of the pins, just like this. And you could have it kind of like in motion, sort of. So something like this, right? And it would look as though, and you could even like stick the ball back here too. Or maybe you could even like stick the ball in the gutter, something like that. You can mess about with this until you're happy with the details of it. I think that that's pretty cool. And again, once again, we can just have like a ball in motion on this side. And well, there you go. With that final detail added, we have officially completed this tutorial. However, this video is not over. We must now take our bowling alley and add it into our city. If you've been watching the channel recently, you will know that my current obsession is my newest set of suburbs. So, I have got to place my bowling alley here. It doesn't really have a perfect place to go, but I think that we might be able to start off a little new area of the suburbs by placing it right about here. I'm sure that we will make some new builds in the future which will tie all of this together. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you would like to make anything else by me, please check the description below for the Mini City Builds playlist. We have over 100 builds in there for you to enjoy. Alternatively, the sidebar, hopefully the next upcoming video, YouTube, or just check the channel. Consider becoming a channel member today and you will gain access to a cool avatar next to your name, some unique emojis, and access to my mini city design world containing every single build that has been added to Mini City to date. This is well over 100 builds, all chronologically ordered. Java edition only. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.